Guys, welcome to the show.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Guys, another exciting week of podcasting for us.
This is really the most exciting kind of week because we're trying something new.
Well, we're trying something new again. This is the second time we're trying it.
Yeah, but this time it's for reals.
Yeah, guys, as you probably heard, after his land pirate thing last week, he actually has safely made it to his new home.
It's true, and now I'm remoting in from my chilly Antarctic base.
What? I didn't know you were going that far.
Yeah, where'd you think I was going?
I thought you were just going like an hour away.
No, I'm in Antarctica.
Well, you know, it is an hour away when you live in a space station, though. It's probably not that far.
Yeah.
It's not really a big deal. I don't know why I'm making a big deal.
When you use gravity.
Yeah.
When you use gravity, yeah, it's no big deal.
Whatever. It's not a big deal at all. Guys, welcome to another thrilling week of
First week of Feb.
Dude, we can't say the date every time. We're dating our show like that.
But it's dated because the people know when the release date is.
No, that doesn't count. We can't talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was my fault.
We have to talk about stuff that's totally timeless, like Lost or The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something.
I just saw the latest Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds. Goodness griefus.
It's doing crazy in the theaters, I think. Okay,
I heard
anyway.
I heard even Elvis saw it.
I'm not going to make terrible jokes. I'm not in a joke. It's not happening. These jokes are not happening today.
It's too late. It's already done.
Anyway,
the damage is done.
I promise you this is a video game show, guys. And so we're going to talk about video games. I swear, at some point, we're going to talk about video games. Perhaps now.
I think we should start right now. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Good call. Good call.
All right, so what's new in Oh, dude, did you hear about this thing with EVE Online? About how there's like a massive civil war going on right now?
No, but that's awesome.
Okay, no, it's incredibly awesome because like what happened was this one I'm gonna paraphrase it because I don't exactly remember all of it, but this one like company owned this one satellite that like had certain things in it or whatever, but like they failed to pay rent to the other company that was like doing something, and so like the other company decided to just take it back after the rent didn't go through, but the other company like defended it. So now there's like this super massive war with like thousands of ships going on because of this like huge military action. And like they're calling in allies left and right, and it's actually like changing the entire economy in a way that's totally rad. And it's just awesome.
Man.
Like,
if I just had like
game, but I can't.
I was about to say, if I just had like just a little less of a life.
I know, dude. That's the problem.
A little more of an extra money.
Because like all the stories I hear about that game are just awesome. Because apparently there was like a massive war like this before, and since the economy is totally like based off of player stuff, what ended up happening was the one resources that was like used to make super cheap ships, that was like an incredibly common resource, ended up becoming like very expensive and like hard to obtain because everyone was pumping out cheap ships for the war. And I'm like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. And I want this to be everything.
That's super awesome.
No, it's super awesome. Anyway, that was like all over the internet for a little bit. I don't know how it resolved so far, but it is awesome.
Well, our hearts and prayers go out to the families of the soldiers.
Dude, I think people were losing like Titan-class ships, which is a big deal.
It sounds big.
No, it's titanically large.
Do you remember battle cruisers in StarCraft?
Dude, I wish I was better at StarCraft. I don't need to be like a famous StarCraft guy, but I want to like be the StarCraft guy a little bit.
Yeah, I never really got good at it, but like it's because when I first really started playing it, it's when I cheated like at every game that I ever played. So I never really sat down and learned any of the skills because I was just like, I have 1 million minerals. Who cares? Also, my units are invincible, so who cares? I'm going to build 12,000 battleships, and I'm just going to Yamato cannon everybody to death, and that's going to be the end of it.
No, it was totally sweet, and like I just, it's a cool game and concept, but we don't really know. Well, we know people who play it, but like I don't really want to invest that much time in it.
We played like a few times with our normal AoE group.
Yeah, I sound like a big baby though. I'm like, I don't really want to actually invest any time in this, but I wish I didn't have to, but could play it. So I'm just gonna shut up.
I think that's the way it is with EVE Online. It's like, I want to be a cool spaceship captain, but I don't want to have to go through all the work of being like not a cool spaceship captain.
Dude, no, because everyone who plays it is just like, yeah, it sounds cool, but we're really not having that much fun. I'm like, okay. Because like apparently it's hard to
See
get
you
into
later.
it's like hard to get into any job role because like there's so many like big deal companies that are actually like in the game. I mean, that are actually like trying to prevent people from making their own like thing, like making themselves into a big company. So like
Yeah,
even if you're a small time guy, they'll like stiff arm you all over the place, which
which
is
is awesome.
it sucks, but
Still
it's
somehow.
awesome. It sucks for if you wanted to play it, but it's awesome because it's awesome for obvious reasons.
No, because it's cool because it's like a real because like that's what you see in like future games like that. It's always like corporate espionage and all that junk, and then it's exactly like that.
Yeah, and that's what I want it to be. One day I'll play it. Anyway, what have you been up to in your new Antarctic abode?
Well, aside from the normal Antarctic stuff, eating penguins, punching uh, Nazis.
Is that what you do?
What else do I gotta do?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Anything video game
Penguin meat
related?
is plentiful and delicious.
Well, yeah, I know. I know how it is. Is there
Yeah.
anything video game related?
Well, as funny that you should mention it, guys, we talked a little bit. Actually, we talked probably a good amount about how we'd been playing Deus Ex, and
Oh, by the way, I totally beat it today.
oh, I did too. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
totally
was
beat
actually
it
gonna
today.
I was actually going to go into into the second part. But I wanted to know, first off, Tom C., you remember a while back we talked about gay characters in video games?
Yep, that was a good episode. Gays and games. I think it was
Gays in
8.
game. I think it was 6.
I'm gonna say it was either 6 or 8.
Good call. Well, it got me thinking, because for those of you who don't know, guys, there's this one character in Deus Ex. Her name
It
is
was
Frida
6.
Malik. She's
Yes.
she's your pilot friend. And she's really cool. We like her a lot. She's really well characterized and all that stuff. It got me thinking, Tom, like, we talked about how games are portrayed in video games, and we never really discussed about how women are portrayed in video games. And that's a really big, hot button issue these days. What with the lady folks getting into the games and wanting more positive ladies.
Well, I
Because
actually
you got your Laura Crofts bouncing around.
no. The problem is I have a controversial viewpoint about this, and it feels like it's just a setup, but it's not.
Well, go on. Tell the audience.
Uh,
Don't be scared.
I'm a little scared because it's going to be on record for the rest of my. It's going to be on permanent record. The
Yeah.
principal is going to write home to my mom and dad. But
Keep on his pants in you.
the truth of it is that like, listen, I understand that there should be there's plenty of like well written female characters, and there should be way more, and they should be portrayed better. But I don't like it when people attack games that are like clearly fan service, because I think there's a place for fan service too. Like, whenever people are like, "Oh, Skullgirls is all just fan service and whatever, you guys are lame perverts or whatever," but like, so what? If that's what people want to play, they can still make it. If it attracts people who want to play it, then that's fine. You don't have to play it. But like, I understand that it's a shame that a lot of video games are seemingly fan service just to sell games and stuff like that, and so women do get a bum rap and get poor representation in games. But like, I don't want my fan service to go away. I like Rumble Roses.
Yeah, I mean it's really just like anything else. I mean,
It is just like anything else.
You're gonna have TV shows and movies and whatnot that do women well and have strong female characters that are actually interesting and engaging. And you're gonna have movies and TV shows that are just like, do you want to see Scarlett Johansson in a bikini? Because here she is. And you're like, okay, that's something.
I mean, there's definitely some. We've talked about it a little bit when female characters are portrayed really well, because we talked about how we loved Bonnie from Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
And we talked recently that I experienced a female character that I liked more than anyone else, and I can't remember who it is.
Well, she obviously left a deep impression.
No, talk for a bit. I'm going to remember who it was. That's my goal.
Well, the thing about Malik that I realized more and more that I like, aside from the fact that she's well defined, like, because I always feel like we talked about this when we talked about Arcade Gannon in the gay podcast, that there's like people mistake characterization for going like too far.
Oh, it was that chick from The Last of Us. can't remember.
Oh
her,
yeah,
can't remember her name,
that's
but
right.
she was super well written female character who like was absolutely just it was just perfect. I can't remember her name, but she was like on par with Bonnie from Red Dead Redemption. Sorry,
I'm gonna call her Cindy.
it was not Cindy.
Cindy from Last of Us.
Okay, it was. Let's go with Sandy.
Close enough. But like, because if you the thing about like if you have a gay character is that it's really easy to just like put it into gay stereotypes, and then if people come out and be like, "That's a pretty stereotypical gay character," the writers will go like, "It's just one gay character. There are lots of different kinds, and this is just the one that I wanted to do." But like, you kind of just look at it and you're kind of just like, I feel like you're just trying to cash in on a flamboyant gay character, and that's kind of the way I feel with like when people make like women characters who are like super tough and it's like we're just dudes with breasts, it's no big deal, and they like really.
That kind of relates to the other thing that I always talk about. I'm kind of like just quoting myself now all the time because I'm so smart and so prolific. But
Well, make sure you cite your sources at the end of the document.
Okay, I cite myself. Anyway,
Good.
It's kind of like how I hate it when children are written as just tiny adults. I hate it when women are written like just dudes with boobs. It's the same thing. Like
it's a little different.
It's possible to have like a perfect mix though, but you just
it is, and I think Malik does that well because she's very headstrong, she's very determined, but like there's still I guess really what it comes down to is good characterization is always about having a spark of humanity. Like if you like, I've never played any of the Gears of War games, but like just looking at the female cast and even the male cast, I'm just kind of like, okay, these are pretty much video game characters. But like you look at a character like Malik or Arcade Gannon, who they have that spark of humanity to them. You're just like, okay, this is a character I can actually empathize with, and given the situation that they're put in, I could see myself reacting in similar ways, and I think that's where those characters are better than other characters,
Yeah, I mean, we said it before, but like, no person is defined by one characteristic.
Yeah.
So when you're like,
definitely talked about that on the gay podcast.
Yeah, and when you're the gay character and you're only known because you're gay, and you say you're gay a million times, that's not a well written character. And it's same if you're a woman and like the only thing you seem to be able to do is take advantage of your womanly ways. It's not really a well written character.
Yeah, and I mean, and Deus Ex does a great job because all the characters are really well written. Like you have your snarky support guy, Frank Pritchard, who I'm not sure is gay or not. He might be, but who knows? It doesn't matter.
I don't think he is.
He does. He comes off as a little sly. That's what I'm going to say.
That does not
put it in 50s parlance.
He
seems a little on the sly.
I don't know that that's a 50s thing.
I don't know either. I'm just saying words now. Sometimes you just gotta say words. But yeah,
I don't know that you do.
It's just that's a good example to me of, and because what really got me thinking of is that I can't really, aside from Bonnie McFarlane, I can't really think of too many other like female characters that I've seen in video games who really stick out as being like, really solidly characterized and well done characters. I think Mass Effect does a good job with like Liara. I think she's a pretty good character. She's a little, but like once you get past the first game, she's a lot better off as an actual character as opposed to just being like alien hot chick.
The unfortunate thing about Mass Effect is a lot of the best characterization and storytelling is done in between the games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Because like in the game, you're like their dialogue's kind of like it's better than some, but it's still weak as like a whole. But then you like hear about the things the characters did in between games, and you're like, okay, that's pretty rad, and that makes sense and stuff. But they always have a hard time really portraying the character's strengths in the game, I think.
Yeah.
But whatever, people like those games for those things.
Except for Arya, who's awesome all the time.
No, she's the coolest character in the game, and she's the best. She's like literally the coolest.
Yeah, she's real cool, guys.
But I mean, maybe a really well-written female character is one that you don't notice how well-written it is until, like, after, You don't, like, just think and go, this is a well-written female character. You just go, wait a second, now that I think about it, this was not obnoxious.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
That's very easy because like you said, when characters don't have that humanity, it's very easy for them just to get very annoying and very grating very quickly.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, oh, what's the button to skip all this dialogue?
I mean, I said it before, and I'm still saying you should play Last of Us because not just because that one girl's really well written, but because the whole game's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I'll get around to it at some point.
It was number something on our top 5 of the year.
I get it. They're plant zombies. Joel's probably going to die at the end.
Listen,
whatever.
Everyone dies at some point, but maybe it's 70 years off screen.
That would be quite an ending, I got to be honest with you.
And then many years later, he died of natural causes.
You know who else? You know who else is a good female character? Tenenbaum from BioShock.
I don't know why.
That's another one. That's another one too, where it's this stuff that she does off game is more interesting than like your interaction with her in game. But I do really like, especially and she's not even in 2 for that much, but I really like her role in 2, where she's like this really just kind of strung out, desperate older woman who's just like doing everything that she can to fix the mistakes she's made in the past. And I really like her character there.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really noticed her that much as like a.
Well, when you have you stack her up between characters like Ryan and Fontaine, it's hard to compare because those are really solidly those are exemplars as far as video game writings go, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I don't know.
You have a character who's above average like Tannenbaum, but then you have someone like Ryan who's like, this guy's so cool. Look at that mustache. What are you even supposed to do about that?
No, it's true. But back to the earlier thing, I just really, it's going to sound juvenile, but I like fan service characters. I like fan service in games. And I don't like that now it's seen as like, not even like I don't like that it's seen as like offensive now. Because I feel like there's a place for that too.
Yeah.
It's
because everybody makes a big deal about everything nowadays. You can't escape.
I know, and that's the problem. Because there's recently I saw a picture of people complaining about Quiet from the new Metal Gear Solid that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, course, they really complain about that.
Which is fine. I understand what their complaint is. And then they showed, but it was a picture of her right next to a picture of Vamp, who is basically exactly the same dressed except on a man. And people are like, why is this okay and this isn't? And the answer is because apparently it's a woman and that's just how it is.
That's fair. I never actually thought of it that way, but yeah.
Vamp barely wears any clothes and he like moves around all sexually like that's his thing. And whatever, it's just the same exact thing.
That's a gay character too. Think about it.
He is not gay, is he?
He's bisexual.
Well, that's not gay. That's bisexual.
Yeah, but okay, an alternatively lifestyled individual. How about that?
True. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Thank you. I earned it.
Yeah, you earned it. Anyway, it's just like anything else. You just gotta tell everyone to shut up. That's my advice. Say, hey, shut up.
I just want Gabe Newell to come out one time and just tell everyone to shut up. Just shut up.
Just shut up.
Guys, buy more Steam games and shut up.
That's actually what I'm gonna say. Guys, buy more Steam games and shut up. We're gonna see on the next thrilling half of our show.
Vote Tom C. President 2014.
Dude,
write him in.
You're gonna see me on that. It's gonna say, and then they're gonna have muckrakers and they're gonna say Tom C. supports fan service, and I'm gonna be like, come on, guys.
Come on.
All right, we'll see you next half, guys.
See you guys.
Guys, welcome back to the show.
Hey, guys.
And what a show it is. It's our show. That's why it's so great. So anyway, guys, I had a free day today, and I played a little bit of one of my favorite games of all time that's incredibly hard, and I want to get better at it, and I did. I got from I started getting so good that I died at the beginning of stage 3, and then I got to the end of stage 3 to die. So that's how much better I got. I was playing Ikaruga.
I know what you're playing. Yeah,
Ikaruga, which is one of my favorite games, but I have never beaten it. And it's because it's so effing hard. And that's, that's kind of what's good about it, but also it kind of is good that I never beat it too, because I always feel like it's going to be there. Like it's a mountain to climb in the future,
Dude, weirdly enough, this really actually goes really nicely with the thing that I was going to talk about.
Dude, please, I want to talk about a few things, but not necessarily Ikaruga.
Well, the thing I was going to talk about was, guys, we talked about in the last half how we were both playing Deus Ex, which is a game we both really like a lot. And I beat it I don't know, maybe a week ago, something like that.
Yeah, I took a week off and I just beat it today.
Yeah.
Which ending did you pick?
I blew up the whole thing.
I killed myself too, self-destruct.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
that's
whatever.
What winners do.
I was like, whatever.
That's what winners do. Well, here's the thing.
Spoilers, that's an option.
Spoilers, you can do that. Here's the thing, though. Apparently, I think this might have been new for the director's cut. I'm not sure if they put that in the original game, but there's a new game plus.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I started doing that, and I started doing it on the most difficult difficulty.
Which is called what? Gimme Deus Ex?
Yeah, gimme Deus Ex.
Right.
So I started playing it on that, and it's weird because with very few exceptions, I've never really been a super hardcore difficulty guy,
See, that was actually exactly what I was going to ask. Was this game Ikaruga is a game that it's hard and it's one of my favorite games, not because it's hard, but it's one of the hardest games I want to be good at.
Yeah.
So my question was going to be, what is the hardest game you played that you love?
I mean, I don't really. Maybe
I know you're not looking for challenge, but sometimes you got to have a little bit of challenge, right?
Yeah, maybe this is what makes us the ultimate casuals, because you and I both, we really aren't grinding until we'd never play like a Ninja Gaiden game. We don't really care about that.
Don't you know I take extreme umbrage with that, because it's absolutely not true. Because, dude, I used to play Shinobi all the time. I used to play super grindy games like Disgaea and all those strategy games, dude. I am not a casual. How dare you?
Well, I meant more. Shinobi is a better example than I do. I know you do love grinding, but those games aren't difficult. Shinobi is a difficult game, but it's just another RPG. But as far as games that playing on super hard, the super hardcore difficulties and dealing with unfair enemies and all that stuff. I never really went out for it that much.
Yeah, we never play on mega high difficulties of games that we like.
The only one that I remember doing, aside from hardcore mode in New Vegas, which I do enjoy, but I'm not sure most people would count that because of obvious reasons. Yeah. But the only other game I actually ever did this on really was BioShock Infinite. Was playing on the 1999 mode, and even
we both did that.
And even that was kind of disappointing because it wasn't really. It promised to be a lot more of decisions alter the course of the game when that really wasn't the case. It was just enemies take a ridiculous amount of damage and you take a ridiculously small amount of damage.
You mean ridiculously high amount of damage? Well, no, you said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a little disappointing, and this with this Deus Ex run. The thing of it is just since I'm playing it on New Game Plus, I have all the augmentations carried over. I have I have everything augmented up fully, so it's just I'm just gonna go invisible. I'm just gonna walk by these guys. I don't care if I'm in the highest difficulty. Just let me just trot on through. No problem.
Well, that's you making it easier by a different reason, but that's not the same thing.
I will say that they're very good at seeing people, and I'm doing I'm at the missing link right now. And I'm trying to get the one achievement where
you're really going fast.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, man, when you have the maximum augments for everything, it's just the game's really a breeze, even if it is on the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
Because you're invisible. Really, the thing is, when you can turn invisible, the game just becomes, for a stealth game, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. No, I believe that.
The ability to turn invisible is very nice, but I'm doing the missing link right now, and I'm trying to get the one achievement, which is You don't upgrade any of the praxis that you get, and you don't use any weapons the whole time.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
Why don't you? How did you even do? How would you even do that?
I don't know. I only just met up with Quinn.
Do you just punch people? Is that it?
Yeah, you're only allowed to use takedowns.
Is it just for the DLC?
Yeah, it's only for the DLC.
Okay.
Yeah, once you're done with that, you can do your stuff. Also, you can throw explosive barrels at people, but that's pretty much it.
That's a little better than I thought.
Yeah, but still, it's really hard because like it'd be so easy for me to just be like, I'm just gonna get my hacking back up and just hack through all these things. But no, you got nothing.
Yeah, that really it sounds really hard.
It really is hard. It's like It's definitely the biggest challenge I've had in the game so far for obvious reasons.
I mean, we kind of did that with Infinite, where you had to not buy anything from any machines.
Yeah, but even I would.
It's like a million times easier than this. So.
Yeah, it really is, because there aren't really that many stores in Deus Ex to begin with.
No, there really isn't, which is why I was confused, because you still get like credit chips really late in the game. Like way past the fact when there's a shop, and I'm like, why would I need this?
Dude, actually playing through the final part this last time, I actually found out there's a limb clinic in Panchaea.
What? There is?
Yeah, it was totally weird. Yeah, it's behind this one deluxe crate that you need the super strength to move, but you move it and there's this lady and she's like, I barricaded myself here because everyone was going fucking crazy. You're like, I don't care, sell me things. She's like, okay, here's some praxis kits.
See, I never knew that. Also, who on earth would need praxis that late in the game? Like, seriously, I had everything I needed by that point.
Yeah, but you could always want more. It was more to buy, like, the cyber whey protein.
That's true. It was also so, like, the last boss this time was so, like, devastatingly easy because I made the correct choice of having the EMP blocking thing, which I didn't realize meant that electric no longer affects you at all.
No, that's the best.
There's like literally no challenge in the last fight at all. It's just like, whoa, I'm supposed to be getting electrocuted here, but I'm not.
No, what's really funny is what I was reading, and I'm trying to carry it through for the end of this run, is that if you have the laser rifle, you can just start shooting her right from the beginning because it goes through the glass, and you can just kill her in like 2 seconds.
That's awesome.
No, it's hilarious.
I had that laser rifle until it was taken away from me in Missing Link, and then I get the ammo back. At least I think I didn't. I don't remember.
You find some ammo later on, but regardless, that's neither here nor there.
That's
the point
true.
is that
it's too late. I'm never playing the game again. I will tell you that I really didn't like Missing Link, and like I still don't like it.
Yeah,
like, after beating it, I'm not like, no, it was worth it. I'm like, this sucks, and I wish I could skip the whole thing.
No, because you know, oh, dude, you know what I never did before? Sorry to sidetrack, but
okay. That's what the show's about. It's called Sidetrack with D Marx, Tom C.
Sons of Sidetrack. Did you ever do the Italian AD quest?
I don't know.
It's okay. It's the second time you go back to Hang Shop, you go into the limb clinic and there's this like doctor guy and he's like, Mr. Jensen, please help me. This one bell tower guy, he went rogue and now he's going to kill a bunch of people, and it's going to be bad news. You got to stop him, Mr. Jensen. And you're like, okay, fine, whatever. So you go find him, and you start talking. Yeah, he's Batman, guys. And then, I'm not wearing hockey pads. I'm wearing robo arms. Anyway, so you go to this. So you track him down to the sewer, and he's just like, hey, Jensen, how's it going? You're like, how do you know who I am? He's like, I'm a crazy Spec Ops guy. I know everything about you. And you try to talk some sense to him. And then he explains that, like, he had this augment. He and his team had these augments put in that, like, erased parts of their memories so that, like, they wouldn't be haunted. So that if they ever got captured, they wouldn't be able to divulge information to the enemy. But what ended up happening was that Bell Tower would block out parts of their memories and send them on like super illegal covert actions. But like this guy's memory unit started malfunctioning, so he remembered all this stuff. And he's just like, they had me and my team do evil things, so now we're going to hunt them down and kill them. I know I deserve death because I'm an evil person, and God is going to send me to hell when I die, but I'm going to send a lot of other people to die too. I'm like, this guy's awesome. He's the coolest guy in the game. What the fuck?
That's totally awesome, and I wish I had known about that because I would have totally done it.
I'm like, this is so cool.
No, that's ridiculously sweet. There's always those like I did find a bunch of new quests this time when I was going through it, and I did appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what happened to me too. I definitely there was a lot more going on for it because I was keeping my eyes out a lot more than I did before.
Oh, dude, speaking of things that are difficult, I actually did play Resident Evil 4 on professional mode. That was something.
Oh yeah.
But in relation to that, just recently, guys, I don't know if you saw it, but Resident Evil 4 is coming to Steam.
Yeah, I saw that Super HD.
I'm super excited for that. The HD pack that was released for like every other system like 5 years ago is now coming to Steam, and I'm like, yeah, finally gonna play that.
Dude, I might actually buy that. That'd be rad.
No, it'd be totally rad.
Yeah, I could see getting back into Resident Evil.
I haven't played
4.
I haven't played 6 until since Deus Ex, so I could use an actually good game. The thing is,
Yeah.
I watched a video by Hyperbit Hero, who's the guy I follow on YouTube, who's great. You're gonna cough directly into the microphone, please.
I did put my hand over it.
I know.
Not very effective.
Hyperbit Hero is the guy who did Devious Intent, and he does those videos about like villains who are good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he did a video about why he feels Resident Evil 6 doesn't totally suck. And he basically wrote what he said what I was kind of thinking eventually, which is that you just have to understand the game is not taking itself seriously, and even it knows it's corny and ridiculously stupid. Because like the game starts off with Leon Kennedy shooting a zombie president in the head, and you're like, okay, I kind of get where you're coming from here. So you have to like completely change your viewpoint to play that game, and that's why I think I'm going to go back to it, just because it's really supposed to be that stupid, you know.
Yeah, I got that vibe a lot from 5 too, because the part where like Chris was punching boulders and
Yeah, he
Albert
says that
was.
too. He talks about how he feels like 5 is kind of like mixed between too serious and too goofy.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a problem. I think
But,
because I think 4 struck a good tone because
Yeah.
4 had some cheeky moments, but like for the most part, it was always like there was always that gravity to what was going on. 5.
It was all leading to 6 being completely balls to the wall, crazy goofy.
It was full of secrets. I mean, spiders.
That was in 5.
I know, but I like saying that.
But anyway, yeah. So I think I'll be able to do that. But I do want to get 4 when it comes out because come on, 4 is great.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is I don't know. I think
There's no problem with it being released for Steam. What's the
Oh
problem
no,
with
I'm talking about like the tone of 6 and 5. Obviously, I'm gonna get 4 when it comes out for PC because that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine that 1920, 1920s, the Rolling 20s.
1080s? Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
It's gonna be
so good.
It's gonna be real big. You're gonna get
But-
all the resolutions.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's like I whenever people say stuff like that to me. And Yahtzee makes this point a lot. He's like, whenever somebody says that like something that's bad was a choice, I feel like that's just a cop out, you know?
Well, you're saying bad there, and that's not necessarily the case. It's not necessarily bad. It's like B movie bad, you know.
Yeah, but even
To some people, it's not supposed to be like world changing. It's supposed to be like goofy on purpose.
yeah, but even B movies can be clever about the way they do things. Like you take
That's true.
Sorry, guys. I don't know why I keep coughing.
Dude, you still got the sickness? Are you down with the sickness?
Nah, I think it's just dusty.
You got to dust that house. No, I'm getting the coughs through the microphone.
I know. It's all this Antarctic dust. It's not good for my lungs.
Dude, what was the deal? Apparently you went to your new house and immediately your electric went out. What is that? You living in like Podunk area?
No, I still don't know what happened with that. That sucked, though. That was not good.
Like, I'm going to move to a highly populated area where there's a lot of people. Okay.
Well, the thing was, it was
electric's
just my building. It wasn't even the whole area. It was just my building.
Dude, maybe it's haunted.
I hope it's not haunted.
Have you even thought for a second that it's haunted? Because come on.
Maybe. I know we have mice.
Do you have ghost mice?
I'll have to get back to you on that.
You got to have someone check that, dude.
Who am I going to call?
The ghost exterminator. It's not hard.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You know.
But
you want me to say Ghostbusters, and I was not going to do it because it's copyrighted.
oh yeah, it's like Super Bowl.
You can't say that either. That's the thing.
Dude,
Did
what
you
if the
hear
Ghostbusters
that?
went to the Super Bowl?
Did you hear that one of those teams won the Super Bowl? One
I
of
did
the
hear
two
that.
Teams?
I did hear that. Yeah.
Guys, spoiler alert, there was a winner this year.
It didn't end in a tie?
Dude, also, did I miss Groundhog Day? Is that a day that happens?
Dude, it's weird. It was the day of the Super Bowl.
What? Does it normally happen?
No.
Does anyone care about Groundhog's Day?
I'm sure some people do. I normally do watch the movie Groundhog Day.
Dude, I think everyone watches that movie sometime in their life. But I think eventually no one's going to care about this anymore because eventually that 65-year-old groundhog's got to die, you know? He's not going to live forever. Whatever Pawtucket Pete, Nantucket Nectars, what's his name?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with it's Nantucket Pete. You got it right. It's Nantucket Pete. You got it right.
Puxatawny Phil? I don't remember it.
I think it has a lot to do with just the fact that since it's gonna be a little broad reaching, guys. Sorry to get this intellectual on you.
Story of your life.
But I think it just has a lot to do with the fact that the culture in our area is going away in favor of this world culture that's beginning to exist, because of the internet. So more and more people care less and less about these rituals that go on in local areas, and they only really care more and more about global scale pop culture things. And since Groundhog Day doesn't really fit in with that, you're going to see that going away within the next couple of decades.
Yeah, that's probably true. And then we're going to get a global economy and all the conspiracy theorists will be right. That'll be life.
Dude, yeah. Talk about conspiracy theories. Talk about effing Deus Ex. That game's all about
No, it legitimately is all about that. That's not even a joke. That's who the enemies are Illuminati. So
yeah.
Not even a little bit of a joke.
No, that's no joke. This isn't a joke podcast, guys.
No, we don't do jokes here. It's all about conspiracy theories. Anyway, guys, final review of Deus Ex is don't play it because that Missing Link DLC is too bad to even consider playing.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know why they felt the need to take away all your crap.
Yeah, guys, we complained about it a lot on the last episode, and I'm still right. I'm still right to complain about it. It's just stupid. It's just stupid they took it away, and it's not fun because of it, and it's worse. The game itself is made worse because of it.
Yeah, because it's one of those things that always annoys us where, it feels like the choices that you made don't matter.
Yeah, and it's right at the end, and it's a big... if you wanted to play that game again, you'd be like, oh, well, here's this big, giant roadblock of total unfunness. There's absolutely no redeeming qualities here, except for the fact that Quinn is cool, and that's it.
Dude, he's super cool. Did you get to the end? Yeah, that was cool.
I got to the end.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, he's really cool, but, that's it. That's all you got. There's nothing there. And it's, not fun to play, and it's not that interesting of a story, so you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it just feels unnecessary.
It's because it is, and it totally sucks.
It's like the missing link that nobody cared about.
Seriously, I'm angry about it. Because it's what stopped me from feeding the game right away. It made me stop for a week. I was just I don't really.
Well, I think something else up with that too.
Yeah, but also I was I didn't care that much. I was just I don't really feel like doing this part. And that was it.
Yeah, no, I definitely could understand that. It really turned me off. It really turned me off from playing it too, because it took me it's not a super long game, guys, but that added 3 days to my gameplay just because I didn't want to play it, and I was just
yeah. It honestly, the next time I think about how much I want to play that game, I'm gonna go, oh yeah, but then there's that part, so forget it. That's what's gonna happen every time. That's just the truth of it. But guys, maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe you guys think it's the best DLC you've ever played.
Who could have a differing opinion from people as handsome as we are?
I know. That's what I thought too. But if you somehow do, why don't you email it to us?
We'd love to read it.
We'd love to read it and disagree with you. Guys, I would love to be in an argument with you in days on end. Where names are called and virtual punches are thrown at each other. That's what I would like. And you could be that guy.
Yeah, we could punch you with our words.
Or why don't you just send us a comment on the YouTube? And subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't.
And like all of the videos that you like, which will be all of them.
Yeah, every single one.
Yeah.
And rate us on iTunes in case you haven't done that for some reason. I don't know what you're doing on that one. But we're not asking for it for free.
No, we're not takers, we're givers.
And so we're going to give you one thing we know you love, and that's speed
reviews. Tom, this is the top 10 critical darlings that flopped at retail. Number 10, Klonoa, Door to Phantomile.
Klonoa is a game where you're playing as like this weird rabbit guy who's like Rayman if Rayman didn't suck, and I actually kind of like this game, so it's getting a 10 out of 10. Psychonauts.
Psychonauts is a game where you aren't psycho because you're not psycho. It makes sense. 10 out of 10. Number 8, Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil is that game that everyone plays and say, oh, the girl in the game is such a good female character. But I never played it, so whatever. 0 out of 10. Earthbound.
Yeah, of course it's Earthbound. Everything on Earth is Earthbound. What am I playing? A rocket ship? 0 out of 10. Number 6, Spec Ops: The Line.
Spec Ops: The Line is a game that everyone said was good, but I'm too lazy to play it because it's a new game and I don't have time for cover-based shooting, so whatever. 0 out of 10. Vanquish.
I vanquished this game in like 2 hours. Super easy. What's even the point? 5 out of 10. Number 4, Rayman Legends.
Rayman is like Klonoa except worse, so it's like not fun to play at all, and you play as a guy who's not a good character and he's just stupid. And everybody hates it, and it's made by Ubisoft or something. 0 out of 10. Panzer Dragoon Saga.
I know why this didn't sell. Too long of a name. Not even going to try. 0 out of 10. Number 2, No More Heroes.
No More Heroes rocks. It's a reason to own a Wii. Seriously, great game. 10 out of 10. Grim Fandango.
Never played this game, but I always liked the look of it. So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
We did it.
Guys, I can't believe we did it again. What happened?
I don't even know. We're going to see you next time.
We ended the podcast.
We did it.